And football now, live show. I'm Brant. Matt Murschel. College football. Say it fine in 1A tomorrow night. UCF kind of starts everything. We did have football in Montana, and a great little the football season game is as good as that.
Yeah, we are just enough ready for the season to come up. I'm happy. It seemed like this long one of those we had so much going iron, all sorts of things with players. I'm excited to let's get things moving.
Nice to be talking to him is the thing. But some here the situation they're going to play announced at least in Florida. Going then you have situations. Two great quarterback has to pick, but announced yet the first snap again. Alabama won and seen the starter. Are know these things, so you're starting right.
And to be honest, popular quarterback because as a listing in hand and listing really matter. Honest for most of these teams taking on New Mexico, just about getting the opportunities to play both these guys. Different situation. Eventually down there he'll have I think the two for a game or two. Well, the whole season long. Florida's case back in Chris Lee continuations championship, but it doesn't matter. Eventually, I think Urban Meyer's going to minutes before kickoff starting quarterback manship as well. You want to give your coordinator something to prepare about. It's preparing for Jones and Jay. I think that's they're doing. The first things out. Couple games you'll see starting.
In this, I remember when Steve dealing with two, breaking news situations. There's JT Barrett, much alike, like Florida, kinds of the two quarterbacks. You don't have a right guy that looks. You have a work at this college level.
Quarterbacks. I don't think it worked. That is you get some sort of real to go out there. If you're having where a guy comes out of downs, plays the other series, that doesn't work. Eventually, it's okay. Well, who's it going? What if someone gets continue to ride that guy half? So as it works, as we come in during that, we come in and they have a touchdown signature move. I don't necessarily kind of ability, more mobility. Could scramble outside. Florida's offensive. Will Greer comes out. He can't seem to get receivers because then maybe you move to kind of open things. I think it's fine to be a certain situation, but I don't necessarily think.
I mean, it's starts. If you come out and Cardell Jones plays the first play and JT Barrett plays the whole first half except for that first play, Cardell Jones is a star. So it's just I think we spent a little too much time on it, but we just spent time on it because it's interesting and it's fun to watch the coaches kind of finagle it into their favor.
Yeah, and I think also too, it really does. It's all about consistency. If you send a guy out there, and let's say in Ohio State's case, they send JT Barrett out there, and he struggles a little bit. Let's say their offense isn't moving, they're not scoring points. Well, then maybe you throw Cardell Jones out there for a series just to see if he can kind of get the offense going. If the offense gets a spark and maybe he's able to do some things, then maybe stick with him for a while. So, that's the thing Urban Meyer has. The way everyone's been talking about this offseason, he has a great luxury to go out there with two guys and really kind of see which one fits the bill best. Same thing with Jim McElwain. He wants to see which guy feels the best, which one gets the offense moving and gets some points scored on the board.
Another favorite topic heading into the season, coaches on the hot seat, and we've picked out a couple. One in the ACC, Mike London in Virginia, a guy that's been there. This is his sixth season, 23 and 37. You wonder how do you get a sixth season when you're 23 and 37. Talk about him being on the hot seat. I think his seat may be the hottest of them all at this point.
Well, I would have argued Tim Beckman at Illinois would have been the hottest going into the season, but then he, inexplicably loses his job last Friday because of the internal investigation. So Mike London really is the next man up, really think about it. I think it's just because Virginia had one successful season. A lot of schools want to invest in their coach. They'll sign them to a 3, 4, 5-year contract, and sometimes that just doesn't work out, and I think in this situation, things have been tough. I mean, again, the schedule doesn't help them this year. They open up against UCLA. That's going to be a really tough game for them to start out with. And then you get into the actual ACC schedule. You get into the Coastal Division where you're going to have to face teams like the Virginia Techs, Georgia Techs, Dukes, those kind of things. Those are always going to be tough to compete against. But eventually down the road, if you don't win it, it does come back to winning and keeping your program kind of on the level. If you don't win, they'll come up and catch you.
And we have Virginia very low in our countdown, so we're expecting him to not have a job.
Yeah, and I think he probably will be done at the end of this year.
We talk about how many years he's had a chance. A guy that hasn't had that many years is on the hot seat over in Tampa. Willie Taggart at USF, just his third year, 6 and 18 through the first 2 years. That's not good. That's not going to get it done at USF. Is he on his last chance to make something happen with that Bulls team?
Well, I think so. Just only in the idea that maybe they made some big off-season changes. He came in and he really kind of tweaked over the offense. He's now going with a more up-tempo offense. He really wants to see things happen. I think he's obviously doing the same thing defensively as well. He hired a new defensive coordinator, Tom Allen. They're going with a 4-2-5 scheme that's supposed to allow them to kind of really rely more on their outside speed, more on their athleticism, because he knows they're going to have to compete against a lot of these spread offenses. So